Here we go again. This is Antonio Mejorado, and this tutorial is to understand the way you can have some more statistics in a loop. So this program has a loop, a do-while loop. This program is to get a grade and to calculate a letter grade based on the double grade, and it displays two things: the double grade and the character grade. So far we have a counter to count the number of times the user enters different grades. So as we saw in the previous video, uh, we have this counter initialized to 0, and you have the process here. You increase the counter here and you ask the user if he wants to continue with the do while. After the loop, we display the number of times the user gave a grade. So if I run the program, I give a grade, the program displays a character, a letter based on the grade, which is used by this function, the function calculate. It gets A, B, C, D, or E depending on the grade we have. That was used in an else if. Okay, it's a character function, and this is to get the grade. We send a message. Well, this program is done by another student, which is not John Doe. It's another name, but well, inputted. Input by the user. Okay. Well, so it runs okay, and we want to add the average to get the average of the grades at the end. Okay, so we have the number of different grades the user gave. So now we have to get another statistic. So we will define a double variable to get a total. So to get an average, we gotta add and count. So we already count. We are already counting because we have this counter. So this is to add grades. And the same we did for the counter. We gotta initialize the total. Okay. So that will be the total equals 0. And 0 as a double. Okay. Is the same to put 0.0. No, 0.0 is a constant and that's a float. So I recommend anytime you use a double value, define D, because internally it will be faster for the program, for the computer, to assign a double value to a double variable. Okay, it doesn't mean you should do it, but it's better. Okay, so and these videos they talk about the good disciplines whenever you're like coding. Okay, so you can use only 0, but it's gonna be better to initialize with that 0D, 0 double. Okay, so and I think it's the way, yeah. So once you initialize after adding the counter, I'm gonna accumulate the grade to the total. Okay, how do you do that? Well, you can use the total equals the total plus my grade, which is the grade. Okay, in this, actually our standard says that the grade should be capital G, but well, I didn't see that before doing this video, and it's our standard in class. So if you are from my class, just remember that it has to be capital G, as an standard, okay? For those of you that are not from my class, use whatever you want. Okay, but I recommend to use an standard everywhere, every time you're coding. So I increment the total by the grade, okay? And see something, it will be the same if I say the total plus equal the grade. That's another way of adding something to a variable. So it is very important you to use the total both sides of the equal sign if you wanna accumulate something, okay? And it is very important you to initialize that variable by 0, okay? So well, after the loop, I will display the average by using the cout. So displaying the average, I will say cout average equals, and that will be the total divided by the counter, which is IC, okay? And that's it. So we define the total, we initialize that with 0, a double 0. We increment the total by adding the grade, and at the end we display the average. Okay, so let me compile this program. Oh my god, yeah, that's not the way to define a double. So could it be double, like, well, see something, let's define a casting double 0. Okay, that will be better. Excellent. Yeah, so yeah, I think it should be capital D, and I don't remember very well. So that is something I gotta look for, the way you define that. But using casting, I'm defining 0 as double, and I will assign that to the total, and that will be faster internally. Okay, so that compiled, now I execute, and I define the grade. So I put I don't know, like a 50. So for a 50, you have a D. Do you want another? Yes, I have another. Then 85. For an 85, you have a B. I will give another, maybe 100. Excellent. So you have an A, and that's it. So the average should be 78.333. Okay. I suppose it's okay because I don't have any calculator near here. So it was 100 and it was 50 and 85, I suppose. So it should be like 200 and something. So yeah, I think it's okay. So that's the grade. That's the average at the end of the loop. Don't forget, you gotta initialize with 0. You have to increment by using the total equals the total plus the grade, or the total plus equal the grade. That will be the same at the end. And at the end, excuse me, yeah, uh, yeah, at the end you gotta display the total divided by I counter. Okay, so that's the average. That's the way you get an average after the loop. So in some other tutorial we will see that sometimes it's not just to display, because it could be possible that you didn't have any counter, but that will be something else. Like, yeah, I'm so sure that counter has something bigger than 1. No, I'm not that sure. Actually, that should be done in this video. So if the counter is 0, this program will be run. So like here, well, no, I will be, yeah, I'm talking, yeah, so no, that's okay. No, that will be in another video. So at this moment, every time you get into the loop, you have at least one grade. So counter will be one at least, and that will be your average. Okay, so next time we will see how do you define whenever the counter is not is a zero. Okay, so I hope you have enjoyed this video, and I see you in the next video. Bye bye, guys.